During this event, many themes will be deepened, such as migration, pluralism, and social inclusion. What do you think about these issues, and do you think that these issues do respect and represent current issues at global level?
You know, the relevance of responding to the needs of the people is just to address, what they feel at that moment. And then if you look at the situation of vulnerable populations, indeed those needs articulate around, the situation of migrant communities, vulnerable people that are suffering from multiple deprivations. And these teams, in fact, not only respond, to the realities of the communities you serve in the country, but they are pretty much in line with many of the other communities across, the globe. Because the world is getting more and more globalized and interconnected. That is the reason why you will be facing more and more challenges related to movement of population, migrations, and the economic crisis, within which we are, is leading also to many deprivations, including, as you can see it in Italy, middle-aged adults, going back to their parents' house, and this is the same phenomena that you see also across the world. It is about so many people affected by situations of violence and situations of conflicts that have different degrees of intensity. And those themes, again, are very, very relevant. And it is quite heartening that in this assembly, this is being discussed so that it addresses the challenges domestically as well as internationally.
Then yesterday, Mr. Rocca talked about current challenges we have to face, in particular when we talk about neutral and impartial humanitarian access. What do you think to do to face this situation and this challenge?
First of all, I must say this is a very, very eloquent analysis of the situation. Before, we used to have two conventional parties in conflict. So you could identify them easily and then come to a battlefield and then do our humanitarian work. That's how we started our movement from Solferino through First World War, Second World War. Today, the kind of crisis we face, there are so many parties in the conflict that sometimes we cannot even identify them. Those parties sometimes, and many at a time, they carry ideologies, they carry kind of a politics that we may not share and we do not share. But the bottom line of our work is always about people. People in need, people that get trapped in the middle of that. And we cannot afford, to compromise on our principles of neutrality, impartiality, universality, humanitarian action, and the voluntary service that will allow us to build the bridges where it is very difficult to do. It is to bring people around the table that usually cannot sit around the same table, to go and serve, everybody alongside the same principles. It is getting more and more difficult, of course, because the humanitarian space is shrinking. In Syria, we lost 47 volunteers who lost their lives while trying to save lives. We are having people now getting in very difficult situations in the line of duty, and it makes our work much more difficult, but it is no reason why we should not get more motivated and try to do more. And we salute that same motivation is being felt in this assembly.
Thank you very much.